The treasure of the Lotus Crystal Cave. The direct instructions of Shri Singha. When I, Guru Padma of Udayana, was 8 years of age, my faith awakened. I went before Guru Shri Singha, offered gifts and requested teachings. My Guru said, "Train your mind in the Tripitaka." Therefore, in the eastern direction of the Vajra throne, I studied the sutras. In the southern direction, I studied the Vinaya. In the western direction, I studied Abhidhamma. And in the northern direction, I studied the Paramitas. Then I went before Shri Singha, offered gifts and studied the entire Tripitaka. I asked him to please accept me. My Guru replied, "Son, you must first train your mind in the teachings of secret mantra. Thus, in the country of Udayana, I studied the 3 yogas. In the country of Sahor, I studied Mahayoga Tantra and the mind section of the Great Perfection. In the country of Naranjana, I studied Kalaya. In the country of Singha, I studied Padma Maheshwara. In the country of Vasudhara, I studied Kriya. In the country of Nepal, I studied Yamantanka. In the country of Maruts, I studied Mamo. At the Vajra throne, I studied the 8 Haruka sadhanas. And in the country of Lansa, I studied Guha Samaya, consisting of the 4 sections of Father Tantra and Mother Tantra. Having realized all phenomena to be merely dreamlike, illusory, unreal, and false, I went before the Guru, who was expounding the Dharma to a gathering of 5,500 people, which included a number of kings. When I arrived, Guru Shri Singha said, "What do you want, novice?" I replied, I have studied the teachings of secret mantra extensively. Now I would like to receive teaching from you. Guru Shri Singha said, "You are a learned man who has first studied the Tripitaka, and second, studied the secret mantra. Now, let this gathering disperse." Then he continued, "You understand that all phenomena are false. But this does not help anything. This understanding that everything is dreamlike, illusory, unreal, and false should be assimilated in your being. Without taking it to heart, it becomes mere platitude. This does not result in enlightenment. I said, "If that is so, then please give me a teaching on taking it to heart." The Guru replied, "First make a mandala offering." I made a mandala of 1 measure of gold dust and offered it to him. Shri Singha said, "Now, remain in front of me. Keep your feet in the cross-legged position, your hands in equanimity, and your backbone erect. This is the key point of body. Direct your eyes towards the expanse of sky. This is the key point of the channels. Tighten your lower wind and suppress your upper wind. This is the key point of wind. Visualize an E from a red bindu in the Namana chakra at your navel center. Visualize a white bindu from a BAM in the Mahasukha chakra of your crown center. This is the key point of Bindu. Focus your mind on the Bam being melted by the blazing fire from the E, after which the white and red Bindu mingle together in the Dharma chakra of your heart center. This is the key point of mind. Let the white and red Bindu become smaller and smaller. And finally, do not keep anything in mind whatsoever. This is the key point of perfect and complete enlightenment. I practiced in this way, and some experiences arose, such as no sensation of body, no sensation of the inhalation and exhalation of breath, the feeling of being able to move unimpeded through appearances, and the feeling that I was immortal. When these experiences occurred, I felt proud and related them to the Guru. The Guru said, "It is extremely foolish to take pride in being touched by a master's blessings and regard that as enough. Now, go to a solitary place and do not create any mental fabrications whatsoever." I went to a solitary place and for 1 year tried not to create any mental fabrications whatsoever. Some experiences arose, such as the feeling that emptiness is appearance. Appearance is emptiness. Appearance and emptiness are indivisible. There is no duality regarding Buddhas and sentient beings. There will be no evil deed committed, even if I were to engage in unvirtuous acts. There will be no benefit, even if I were to engage in the 10 virtues. Regarding these as satisfactory, I related them to the Guru. He said, "It is foolish to be satisfied with meditation experience. If you think that appearance and emptiness are indivisible, you should be detached from appearances. Are you? If you think that Buddhas and sentient beings are indivisible, you should honour and serve sentient beings to the same degree as you would the Buddhas. Do you do that? If you think, I will have no karmic ripening even if I engage in the 10 unvirtuous acts, you should be able to accept the 10 unvirtuous acts of others directed towards you, even if it might result in your death. Can you do that? If you think, even if I were to engage in the 10 virtues, there would be no benefit, you should not have any sense of joy when you are benefited by others who are practicing the 10 virtues, even if your own life is saved. Do you? Now, go again to a solitary place and let your body remain like a corpse. Let your voice remain like that of a mute. And let your mind remain like the sky. I then went to a solitary place and practiced in that way, whereby 8 experiences arose. An experience of clarity, utterly lucid, without any inside or outside. Manifesting as wakefulness and emptiness without difference, whether my eyes were open or closed. An experience of emptiness, totally open and empty, with no clinging to inside or outside, and with the mind not dwelling on anything whatsoever. An experience of bliss, which was like melting butter, and became totally free and exhilarating, with no thought of having a body or a mind. A state without clinging to various sense perceptions, yet still tainted by absent-mindedness. A state of wakefulness, being like the sun shining in the sky. An experience of the body being like mist, lacking both object and substance of physical action. A feeling of recognizing neither self nor others. a feeling that all sentient beings must be aware of the meaning of mind essence to the same extent as I. Delighted with these experiences, I related them to the Guru. He said, "There are 3 occasions in the Great Perfection. The occasion of spontaneous presence, the occasion of inconceivability, and the occasion of great bliss. Of these 3, your experiences are the occasion of spontaneous presence. After having remained in freshness, the inconceivability and the great bliss will manifest. Samsara is beguiling, and the mind is gullible. Do not be attached to meditation experience, but expand your mind. How is one supposed to expand one's mind? I asked. Guru Shri Singha replied, "There is no difference between Buddhas and sentient beings, other than their scope of mind. What is called mind, or consciousness, or awareness, is of a single identity. The mind of a sentient being is limited. The mind of a Buddha is all-pervasive. So develop a scope of mind that is like the sky, which has no limit to the east, west, north, or south. I then went to a solitary place and developed a scope of mind that was like space, whereby these convictions arose. This mind, without any projection or dissolution of thoughts, remaining exactly as it is placed, is an utterly one-pointed wakefulness and emptiness. This is precisely what is called one-pointedness. This mind is a complete absence of clinging to substantial things. Total openness with mind, not dwelling on anything whatsoever. This is precisely what is called simplicity. A feeling of, what else can there be? In whatever way I look, it is the same. There is nothing to abandon or accomplish. This is precisely what is called one taste. A feeling of, what else is there to search for? This is it, whether one meditates or not. There is nothing whatsoever to practice. There is no thing to be cultivated through meditation. This is precisely what is called non-meditation. I then had the powerful experiences of understanding. There cannot be anything beyond this. The two form bodies, the Rupakaya, originate from Dharmakaya. So these manifold manifestations of sights and sounds are like a flame and its light. There is no preceding impulse for the inhalation and exhalation of breath. Without creating anything, manifold expressions still manifest. This is unchanging, like the essence of space. Not even the slightest dualistic mind is occurring. this is exactly it. I had experiences of feeling vivid clarity, total purity, complete openness, all-pervasiveness, utterly encompassing, totally free, and completely diffused. The experience of clarity felt like the sun rising in the sky. The experience of emptiness felt like space. And the experience of bliss felt like an ocean. I had a variety of experiences that felt like the waves on the ocean. Or like the clouds in the sky. When these occurred, I related them to the Guru. Guru Shri Singha said, "The natural condition of things is devoid of something to be experienced. So what are you experiencing? What is it that experiences? What are you so elated about? I myself do not experience anything. Have you achieved something superior to that? Your experiences are an achievement that differs from that of the Buddhas of the 3 times. Fixating on having an experience should be recognized as being seduced by Mara. All your experiences are contrived and result from fabrication. They will still come and go. They will not enable you to face difficulties. They are but a blanket of good concepts. You have not untied the knot of conceptual thinking. It is like having a latent sickness within. You might be blissful at present, but it will not help. Since you have not penetrated to the core, the zombie of confusion still walks around. If you regard meditation experience as paramount, you cannot resolve the view while submerged in concepts. If you allow yourself to become fascinated by a fraction of samadhi, thinking that there is nothing higher, and regard it as the perfection of samadhi, you will not cut through the activity of conceptual thinking. You will not exhaust the layers of meditation experience, and the dirt of ignorance will not be purified. For each meditation experience, there is a temporary fascination. Perceiving them to be the only truth, you have become obscured. By obscuring the reality that is utterly free from attachment and transition, the instance of attachment and transition has turned these blissful results of yours into nothing but straying. If you cling to clarity and regard it as the highest, you will achieve the highest state in the realm of form. If you cling to the emptiness experience of non-thought and regard it as the highest, you will achieve the highest state in the formless realm. If you cling to bliss and regard it as the highest, you will attain nothing but the highest state in the realm of desire. However, none of these will result in attaining unexcelled enlightenment, the supreme siddhi of Mahamudra. If that is so, how should I train? I asked. Bring forth your original mind and then come back to see me, he replied. Well, into what should I put effort? I asked. All your effort should be put exactly into effortlessness, he answered. How should I practice samadhi without effort? I asked. Noble son, do not hold temporary experiences to be the highest. Do not cling to them. Do not watch objects. And do not watch the mind. And do not get involved in a lot of things. And do not give rise to desires. Do not harbour needs. And do not entertain despair. Leave your mind exactly as it is. Let your mind rest like the center of space. I then went to a solitary place and practiced exactly as he told me to. My previous experiences became nothing but layers of concepts. And were completely extinguished. I realized natural mind, totally unobscured by any defects or virtues. Utterly free from a basis of anything to be meditated upon or anything to cause confusion. I realized that if this natural mind were cultivated, nothing whatsoever would be produced. And if not cultivated, there would be no confusion. I realized it to be natural mind, devoid of any defect, naked and vivid wakefulness. Realizing this utter openness, totally fresh, the same taste of all the phenomena of samsara and nirvana. I related this to the Guru. The Guru said, the original nature, the uncompounded Dharmakaya, is exactly this pure and naked natural mind, devoid of something to be cultivated or something which causes confusion. Now, do not obscure yourself with further craving. Bring the old craver to the state of desirelessness. By sustaining a state known as never cultivating and never apart, never separated from the nature beyond cultivation, you will attain the supreme and common cities. Now, is there anything else bothering you? There is nothing bothering me, as I have no faults or regrets concerning my Samaya, I replied. Are you displeased? He asked. I am just a little displeased, I answered. If you are displeased, you have hope. If you are pleased, you have fear. If you have hope and fear, you have dualistic clinging. That will hinder the non-dual wisdom of great bliss, the undefiled fruition. Without thinking this is either a fault or a virtue, stick to the practice of non-duality. From now on, just continue without coming back to see me. I then practiced in the town of Udayana and did not have the slightest thought of asking for teachings. Or offering my experience of virtue or non-virtue, or of good or evil. I simply went wherever I went and sat however I sat. I became just like a corpse. Then the Guru arrived and said, "Aren't you going to prostrate to me? Aren't you going to present your realization to me?" This is not prostrating. and I do not have even a tip of a hair's worth of understanding to offer you. It is now like the trace of a bird flying in the sky, I replied. The Guru said, "That realization cannot change. Do not abandon it." Without separating from that realization, go wherever you wish. Keep your conduct in accordance with the Tripitaka. Keep your meditation in accordance with secret mantra. Keep your view in accordance with the Great Perfection. Fulfill the aims of sentient beings like a wish-fulfilling jewel. Sustain numerous worthy disciples. Although you have no desires, always make offerings to the Gurus, Yidams and Dakinis. You will become one whom the 8 classes of gods and demons attend like a servant. Saying this, he departed. Thereafter, I took to heart the fact that all things are dreamlike and illusory. And that the mind itself is beyond birth and death. I had visions of the deities of the 8 Haruka sadhanas. The 8 classes of gods and demons became my servants, and I wandered through many Indian regions, benefiting beings. Later, when King Trisong Doitsen was building Samye, the 8 classes of gods and demons were causing obstacles. I told them, "It is not good to make obstacles. The king's intention is as excellent as gold." The gods and demons retorted, "Why don't you come here yourself, Master?" So I went in person to the land of snows, and on the way I met with the messengers. I, Padma of Udayana, followed Guru Shri Singha. This, his final instruction, liberated me, Padma. Though not liberated by the Tripitaka or secret mantra, I was liberated by this secret teaching. May all the worthy ones also be liberated through this. May this final and direct instruction of Guru Shri Singha meet with a worthy person who possesses former training. This is concealed in the Lotus Crystal Cave. I entrust it to you, Shampo, in case an unworthy person comes. There is no instruction like this in the world. Samaya, seal, seal, seal. Seal of entrustment, seal of secrecy,